So once again, Jeff and I, putting in perspective, we're not going to ask you to revisit the entire performance evaluation process, but think about the purpose, which is feedback. And if it's not effective, if that's not the tool that's effective, how can we make sure that we're providing feedback to our employees? And the place to start is going to be to start with yourself. And I saw someone actually posted this on the Hoova app. When HR doesn't have HR, like, where do you guys go? And I was just talking to somebody else that was like, I think HR should all have their own therapists. Like, you guys should have therapy sessions here to kind of navigate what you're encountering.
Or mimosas.
Or mimosas.
No.
Or both. Therapy sessions with mimosas. And so the perfect place to start with what does an employee need is, how about yourself? Like, we just did this at the beginning, that you are surviving things that are not ideal right now. You're working your butts off, your teams are working their butts off. And so right now, the question really is, what do you need right now? If you could advocate for yourself, if you could go to your boss and ask for one piece of feedback from them, whether you're giving feedback or you need feedback to receive, because I can't even tell you the amount of people that I've talked to that are in HR that are like, I don't even know if I'm doing a good job. I'm just kind of going through the motions. I don't even know if I'm hitting the mark anymore because things are changing so quickly, or because we can't fill the positions and that stat's just not going away and we still have the same open vacancies. I just have no idea where I stand. And so what is it that you need right now so that you can keep moving forward? And here are some things to think about from the high trust factors of those high trust companies. So high trust companies were seen as doing these things. They were facilitating feedback based off whole person growth. So they were looking at you as a complete human being and what you need to grow. They were showing vulnerability, that transparency piece, and then practicing transparency. You know, I think in organizations, a lot of times we get very caught up that everything has to be confidential. What needs to be seen and what does not need to be seen? There certainly are things that we can't show everybody, but what are we holding back on that maybe is limiting the connection? And then, are we recognizing excellence? When's the last time that somebody came to you and thanked you for doing a sincere, really awesome, good job? Not just the thank you, because we get the thank yous, but one that you know that was immensely felt. Like the stories of when somebody's benefits are screwed up and they can't make the payments, and so they come to you and you help intervene and call, and then you made them be okay with dealing with the fact that their spouse was navigating a cancer diagnosis. Those are the moments that you guys get to experience. But it shouldn't have to be that to get the thank you. When are you being recognized for the full excellence? Because I can tell you right now, this is one of the most valuable positions in every organization. I can't tell you how many leaders call me and they say, if I lose this person, what are we going to do? Mm-hmm. I even hear people who don't like their job say, I'm just going to call off for a week and see if they can survive without me, to show them and that value. So I want you just to take a minute, and this is more reflective. What do you need? Because no one asks you that enough. If you could write something down, because writing it down makes it real, not just something you can tuck away and then act like it wasn't there even though we brought it to the surface. If you could pick one thing that you could get, maybe that's, even time away where you didn't have to carry everything with you. Maybe that's just an honest conversation about where you stand and if you matter in an organization. And maybe it could just be a genuine thank you from those that you work really hard for. What is it that you need?